I've decided to leave it down to 80 for the last couple of hours because it says I did a where are we? Can't see what I'm doing. Is that what's that button do? I can't quite see the knobs. I'll have to turn on the big light. Hang on. Because I did a oh, it's down a bit low. It's starting to crackle a bit. I don't really want that. It'll go yucky. So I think leaving it on 80 is best. So the last couple of hours, I'll just leave it at 80, or maybe 85. I did a AI check, and it said an 800 gram rib roast cooked for 1 hour at 170, and then 1 hour at 110, and then 8 hours at 80 will be fall off the bone, perfectly cooked. So I thought, all right, so we'll leave it at that. But you got to allow for different oven conditions. That might be for a higher wattage oven or something, or a lower, or a fan force. I didn't put that in. So anyway, I'll leave it for another couple of hours at 80, or just above 80, and we'll check back. I don't want it crackling and bubbling. I want it just to sort of almost warm through to the point where the sauce dries a bit, and just it's still a bit wet, the sauce. I want the sauce to dry off, and then it will be because when you eat ribs, it shouldn't be crispy. It should be sort of juicy and sort of saucy. So it should get all around your lips. I don't eat them very often. I remember in hospital we used to when I wasn't well, the little treat we used to get a couple of pizzas. A group of us used to put together our money and then order pizzas. Then we'd order some ribs or chicken wings, and it was a real treat. But yeah, the ribs, the way they did it was just with the sauce, the barbecue sauce, and it was sort of it tasted kind of manufactured, not really wholesome, like home living. And I really love that wholesome home taste, not so much manufactured. They're still beautiful ribs, but just had that slight tang that was a bit like the sauce was I know it's all manufactured, but it tasted manufactured, and I like it better when it tastes like you've done it on a farm or something, and you cooked it all with natural herbs and spices. And the ribs they make there, it's sort of just some flavour, like it's too perfect or something. I like it almost like a bit of a failure sometimes. Failures are often the nicest food because they don't always look the best, but they usually taste better, I've still got that fucking pimple on my nose. Why don't they ever go away? And I realised that lump on my nose there, I actually got the thing taken off the other side. It was the other side that had the mole. That lump is, but it's gone down. It's sort of a bit. I get lumpy, bumpy nose, all pimples and stuff. I've got some. I think from not having enough intercourse. I think men build up something in their body. It's sort of like. It feels like tension or stress, but what it is some chemical in your body which doesn't get released. I think when it does, you get like growth hormone, and when you don't, you get the opposite, clogging hormone. It clogs you up. And, my old friend from school used to call it spunk bound, and you're sort of spunk bound. And I think that's what I've suffered the last... Now, wanking doesn't help, and even prostitutes, you got to fall in love, I think, open your heart to sort of... like sometimes when I feel the world loves me, I'm giving out ribbons of sort of patterns of sort of Da Vinci and sort of Mozart, and it's all ribboning out around the world. But that's not what you need. Yeah. Personal sexual involvement where you're actually nurturing your feelings, and they grow the right way, you know. I don't think it's ever too late. It's always a bit hard at first until you actually earn trust with the person, and then you know each other, and you can do whatever you like, and you know that person will respond appropriately. They won't be upset, and that's where I'd love to be with someone. You know, I think in time, one day, I'm sort of a superpower inside. I think one day I'll probably marry, if it happens, I'll marry 100 brides, and we'll feel that way with everyone, with each other, because we'll understand why. I think people get upset, and it's a shame about the internet that I didn't just meet my wife privately, that the internet and all these other people spying and all these corporations watching us ruin it all, because that's why I can't have a relationship with people watching, and I cry out for privacy. It's not because I'm doing anything wrong or I'm doing anything underhanded. It's because I can't be that person I want to be and earn trust with someone with people watching me. I think that's a problem a lot of celebrities have. They can't find that either because they're being watched. Unless they really play the game, become sort of a, you know, some kind of product while they're doing it. But in the end, it breaks apart again, you know, because they're not being true to themselves. And they end up, you know, someone like Jim Carrey who falls apart thinking he's space energy or something, you know, which is all right to think about, but you don't want to embody that faith and just go through life thinking you're not human. Well, I can't vouch for him. Maybe he enjoys it and it helps him express his art or whatever he's doing. So I heard he's an artist now. He does a lot of artwork. And yeah, so that's why I cry out for privacy. And when I was going through that before with the hacking and everyone spying, and it felt like everyone was watching me and making fun of me, and I could feel it. I was responding to something out there because my spirit had gone so big that I was sensing it physically, this disturbance around me, and I was responding to it. And probably people think I'm acting like a dickhead or I'm doing something wrong or I'm crazy, but I'm just being natural response to what was happening around me. And I'm glad it's cooled off a bit. I still feel stress around me from somewhere. It might be in the building, or it could be so I'm feeling the planets moving or something, because my spirit's so big, you know, it sort of encompasses the universe. I might be feeling all that damage from Andromeda or so I'm pretty sure inside a comet now. We've gone inside of the Death Star, which is a comet. And a Death Star is like, it's like when a world dies, becomes a Death Star, and then it rebirths into a new solar system. I think that's where we've moved away from where we were, inside of a green sort of plump, sort of hurtling comet. We're going about 300 light meters a second, or speed of light per second, 300 times that, the speed of light, and we're flying through the universe to find a new spot to sort of nestle while we heal up, and we can't do that where we were. We sheared off from the old Earth, and that's sort of a new Earth now. It becomes sort of a dinosaur planet, and we'll find a new spot, and one day be able to make our way through the Death Star to the outside, and then fly back and settle Earth responsibly. We've got to be responsible. We can't just say we can do what we want to the Earth and it'll just keep looking after us. And this will just keep happening if we don't look after it. You can't be destructive. Honestly, it's a sick what's the word I'm thinking of? Idealized view that you can just be destructive on your planet, and you can't just keep digging it up and destroying stuff and upsetting everyone, because every time you do anything that upsets people, and I know I've upset people saying a few racial sort of things, it's only because I've become worldwide and I'm trying to cater to everyone. I can't cater to everyone reading all the time. Some groups are going to get upset by something I might have mentioned, but I'm just trying to do the best for everyone at the same time with a very primitive sort of art form here, doing a video to everyone on a platform I'm not even aware of responses, and maybe people are watching, maybe people aren't. Maybe it's just a group out there making fun of me, and I don't even get any views. But I get a few. I get a few thousand, so maybe that's real. I don't know. Maybe it's just made up by some corporation that doesn't want me heard. But I have a feeling people out there are seeing it. What I'm trying to say is, we'll settle somewhere because planet Krypton is probably 1 billion times bigger than Earth's solar system. To really nurture that superpower which I've become, we've had to move away, and I've become that because of the damage. So it's not something I've done. It's a process I'm involved in. That's all. So, and it's not my fault. I'm just the end result and also the solution. I'm trying to fix it by being so good and being helpful and being nurturing to the planet and deciding to be a creative force, not destructive, because I'm creating something out of waste. We'd wasted the world. It was about to be destroyed, so I protected it enough to get it away from where we were, using that power to move it as a comet away from where we were. It sort of sheared off as a comet. It blew up in energy, and as it hurtled through space, it ignited, and it's sort of it'll slowly cool off, and then sort of stop and start to everything will start to rotate around it again, and we'll sort of spin out into a new galaxy where we can grow as the planet will grow slowly as Krypton. I think it'll be the planet, or it could be the whole sun, and we'll just exist inside of it, building that energy in this new denser space, because we need a denser energy. The universe isn't all even. It's like anywhere. There's dense spots, there's sandy soil, it's like putting yourself in a garden. That's what the universe is, like a Garden of Eden. And we're sort of putting a seed now into a new spot to grow. We've moved that seed away. It's sheared off from the tree we're on, and the tree's growing better now because this old gnarly looking seed has grown, and then it's popped off, and it's shot across with energy to a new spot, a new better ground, the better soil, and it will grow into the Kryptonian sort of I think eventually you'll see it in the sky. You'll see something in the sky. I have a feeling you'll see some kind of construction happening in the sky, and we'll sort of link in with it into the sky somehow. It sounds a bit strange, but I do think something out there's building, and you can't really see it. It's sort of behind the scenes, and like I was saying, it's sort of the dark side of the Force. It's where it comes from. But dark side's not bad. It's just dark, It's just obscured. It's out of view, So it'll come into the light, and then we'll see the creation that this seed is becoming. So, and it'll be something really lovely, I think the outside will cool off, and it'll look like ice. It'll look like ice, and will be sort of compartmentalized energy cells, and we'll sort of fly out of there like little spaceports, and that's the responsible people will make it to the surface and fly off and be able to go back to Earth and check it out. And there'll be people who've learned not to be destructive and not being warmongers and these kind of things. You got to learn that it's just pointless. It's fruitless. There's no point to war, because you're just fighting yourself. There's no point. It's like hating yourself. When you get clarity, you see it's blowing up your own family. It's idiotic. So I don't want to live in an idiocracy where we're drinking fucking Powerade and out of the tap and sitting on a garbage tip. I want a beautiful world to live in, a bit like Christmas or something. So that's what I'm looking forward to, the world becoming more like a beautiful space. And because we've sheared off, it may never be like what we imagine, that the world might become like Christmas and Mars might be... we still have our little Mars and all our bits, but it might never be the way I imagine, that we'll have our sphere back, a full, complete continent. But who knows? Maybe the tide will turn, and it will all become sort of more conducive to good health. Whereas at the moment it's burning our skin, it's pocking ourselves with moles, and yeah, it's not good. I want to be like alabaster plaster, sort of beautiful and porcelain, and almost blue. Like you become almost blue, sort of like what's that? What's that substance that goes blue when it's I'm trying to think of it. Oh, I can't think of it right now. Not steel, but it's like that porcelain, or that like pearl or something. It's like a substance like that when it's white and pure, it almost looks bluish. I can't think what it is, but anyway, you know what I mean. That's why the Superman probably looks a bit bluish. Like, yeah, tinges of it in our blood, but when you see the actual real skin tone and all the redness goes, we're very pale and blue, I think. So it's how we probably should be, really. But whatever.